Hello everybody and welcome to my video. I am Rachel Rothman with Nutrition in Bloom. I am a pediatric dietitian and a feeding expert, and this video is part of my What Do I Say series. Over the past 2 months I've been recording one video a week where I talk about different challenges that occur in mealtime and how to respond to those challenges in the most productive way where we're keeping your sanity and keeping your child's sanity, excuse me, as well. So, although this is my last video in this series, I'm excited. Next week, I am going to be launching my 5-day challenge. I launched this first back in August 2019, and you guys loved it. So I'm so excited it is back. It's going to be a challenge all about helping your child and helping you provide new foods and more variety. So it's going to be 5 days to new foods. We're going to be talking about how to offer new foods, meal plan with a variety, and at the end of the week, you will have a game plan to move forward and make the most of your limited time to prepare food and decrease stress while feeding your family. So I am excited for this one. I'll be posting more info here, but also I'd love to have you in my Facebook group. So that's linked on this video here, so you can join that group as well. Okay, so let's get into today's topic. Today I want to talk about responding to your child when they won't sit at the table. So this looks different for different people. Sometimes you might find that your child just won't come sit at the table. Other times, and this is what I hear really often, is that your child comes to the table, eat a few bites of food, runs off and goes and plays, come back to the table, eats a couple more bites of food, repeat times 10, 15, 20. It's stressful. It's frustrating. We want our children to eat, but how do we respond to this and how do we get them to be at the table? So, I want to think first about our ultimate goal. And the goal that I think about is we want our child to be at the table during meal and snack times. And that might look different in different houses, or you might have different locations. You might have a regular dining room table, you might have a small play table, you might have picnics outside. It doesn't really matter, but I believe and I truly feel that having the child being at a designated location versus kind of running around is our ultimate goal. We might not get there right now. That's okay. That's our long-term goal. So I want you to kind of think about that and think about that is the best way to really maximize your child eating at meal times. So how do we get there? The first thing we do is we state our expectations prior to the meal. Sydney, we're going to be eating dinner at the table today. When you get up from the table, you are showing me that you're all done. So now, of course, this is for children. I mean, it's for children who are a little older who understand, so maybe older toddler, but this can even work well for children that are maybe around 1.5. Even though they might not fully understand, we want to try to set those expectations, okay? And setting them before the mealtime. Now, once they start getting up from the meal, I want you to go back and state your expectations again. Sydney, you're getting up from the table. That shows me that you're all done. Are you all done? Reinforce and stick to those limits. Now, let's say your child has been doing this where they get up maybe 5 or 10 times. You might need to slowly decrease that. So maybe you let them get up 1 time or 2 times until they're slowly not getting up at all. And then when they do get up from the table, their meal time is over. That may sound harsh, but we're setting those reasonable limits. I want to share a brief story of my daughter Sydney, and she, around 18 months, she was standing up on her chair. So she would stand up on her chair, look at myself and my husband, kind of giggle a little bit. We stated our expectations. Sydney, when you stand up, you're showing us you're all done. Are you all done? She did it again. She did it again. I removed her from the table and said, okay, you're showing me you're all done. Your meal time is over. And then her meal time is over. She cried, she threw a tantrum, I'm so hungry, but I stuck to those limits, and you know what? She didn't do it again. Now, a few things that I just kind of want to talk about to hopefully help troubleshoot this. Um, this can be hard, and I find that this occurs with a lot of families at dinner time. So dinner time is a hard time. Kids have been at school, running around all day, doing things all day, and it's just kind of it can be a challenging time. So, what I recommend is still sticking to this, but maybe offering a snack after dinner. So, allowing them after dinner to have one more opportunity to eat. A lot of times when I say this advice, people will say, well, Rachel, if I don't allow my child to come back, they're not going to eat very much. I do want you to kind of think about how much more are they really eating when they go back and forth. And we again we want to get so they're just eating at the table. So if they don't eat maybe one or two more bites, that's okay. Offer them that bedtime snack. Offer them one more opportunity to eat, where maybe things are a little calmer. They don't get to dictate to you what is on the menu for that bedtime snack. You're still offering food. You're offering something you know that they like. Okay, so how long is it appropriate for children to sit? You'll find if you start looking up recommendations that a typical meal time for a child is 20 to 30 minutes. A typical snack time is 10 to 15 minutes. Find that for younger kids, especially those that have a lot of energy, that's a long time to sit. So we might need to start with just 3 minutes or 4 minutes, or maybe building up to 5, then up to 10 minutes. What I say is and everyone has a different opinion on this in terms of your philosophy and kind of how you feel about manners, but I don't, especially for the toddler, preschool age, young elementary school age children, I don't require them to stay at the table until the end of the meal. I might try to get them to stay for 5 minutes or maybe 7 to 10 minutes, but I let them be done whenever they're done. But that doesn't mean that you're done with your meal. So you get to stay at your meal, you finish your meal. So if your child wants to get up, you might let them get up. Their mealtime is over. They can go play, but you get to still sit and enjoy your mealtime. Does that make sense? So the other thing you could do with this is maybe setting a timer and to continue to reinforce that good behavior when they're sitting at the mealtime. So if you do have a child that won't sit still, maybe you start with a 2-minute timer and then you kind of continue to build up to that. So every family is different. I'm happy to chat with you more about this. Please reach out to me if you have any questions. I hope that this was helpful, and we'll go from there. Thank you so much for joining me. Again, this is Rachel Rothman with Nutrition in Bloom, and next week I'm so excited to share with you. I will be promoting and telling you how you can sign up for my newest 5-day challenge. Bye.